What is going on, guys? Shrey here from Shrey's Tech Tips. So, yeah, I know I haven't made a video for quite some time now, and that's because of AP testing. This time of the year is extremely busy with tests, lots of stuff is due, finals are coming up, state testing is coming up. It's just like, and you're engulfed in this huge storm of things that is gonna attack you and take over your life. And that's why YouTube has kind of been a lower priority for now. I've been studying for lots of tests, and school will always take priority when I'm in school, so I guess you gotta kind of keep that in mind and balance school and other stuff that I'm doing. But in this video, I'll be talking about something that I've fallen in love with over the last 6 months, maybe 8 months. That is
3, 2, 1, power up!
Robotics. That might sound weird, and you might be wondering, what? Robotics? You've been doing robotics for the last 8 months? And yeah, I have. Robotics is an interest that I developed in around middle school, and I've been doing it since. It's so fun designing robots, going to competitions, and this year the club that I joined is for FRC, which is FIRST Robotics Competition, and FIRST is an organization that promotes science, technology, engineering, and math. So basically FIRST is a STEM-based organization that promotes STEM all around the world, and FRC is just one of the things that they do to promote STEM. And every year we have a different challenge to encounter. Now this was my first year in the robotics team here, and I'm a rookie, but still I've learned a lot, and I've had a very good experience. And something that I want to really spread, because robotics should be in every high school, it should be in middle school, elementary school. It's really a combination of problem solving, calculations. It's everything that the STEM movement is into one nicely packaged deal, I guess, in a way. So this year's competition was first power up, and essentially you're supposed to get cubes and drop them into switches and scales, and the amount of time that the scale is tipped towards you, you get points for that. And we also have autonomous and endgame, where the robot has to run on its own for 15 seconds, pick up a few cubes and drop them in. And endgame is where a robot climbs. It hooks on to two things. It hooks on and it climbs up, and basically it's in the air, and it can choose to either do it solo, or it can have 2 other teams with it, or another team with it. And essentially we have 6 weeks to build our robot from when the game is announced. So the game this year was announced on, I believe, January 6th or 1st. It was a Saturday. We got up at like 6:30, went to the venue where they were announcing it, and after that we basically had a design day where we talked about what we can do for robot design. And we had a lot of design meetings, but that's where the basis of our ideas came up on how our robot's gonna look like. I was basically coming to robotics every day, and I'm personally in CAD, but I was there in the design meetings. In CAD, we mostly design the robot, so we're given a challenge, for example. So we were given the task of trying to find the best way of attaching that acquirer to a robot, a intermediary part between the robot and the acquirer, and we came up with a hinge that would lock into place as it fell, kind of like a carabiner hook. So it really makes your brain work hard and think about solutions. It's a very creative process in designing the robots. So this was my first year, and when I went to competition with my team, it was pretty cool to see the different types of designs that there were. So FIRST also has this thing called gracious professionalism, and essentially what that is it's being nice to people, helping people out, and being a sports person. So for example, if you're competing with another team and their nut flies off before the game and they can't seem to find it, you should still help them out. This is a fun and educational experience rather than some hardcore sport where if you lose, you're gone, your career is gone. It's supposed to be a very fun thing. And that's what I really like about FIRST. Boy, is it fun competing with teams, cheering with teams in the stands. The unity that we build with other teams, whether they're in our alliance or in the opposing alliance, or they're not competing in that match at all, is amazing. Just look at this, people are screaming. It's so cool.
Red Alliance matches it and takes the scale, and the Red Alliance will have a second cube from 2046. Not quite down before the end of the autonomous period, but they put it there with the first action.
And that's not even where the innovation ends. So for every game, if you're selected to be in a alliance, you have to choose other alliances, and basically we send out scouts to collect data on other teams to find what team is the best. And last year we designed an app for Android phones where we can basically record what goes on in the game and then use that data to see what team has faster response times, what team is efficient at one thing, what team is efficient at the other thing, and use that data effectively. And this year, as we launched the application, we noticed that a lot of people on iOS couldn't use it because a lot of people use iPhones in high schools. I set out on designing an app for the iOS version. I've been using Xamarin Forms. I'd heard about it once a long time ago. I was like, who would need that? Just use Xcode and Android Studio. Why'd you need Xamarin Forms? And I've come to use it. I used it to develop a large chunk of our app for next year. And it's so versatile. You can do so many things with it. And you learn so much in the process of doing something for the team. It's so amazing. That's what really pumps me up about robotics. Yeah, sure, we didn't go to the Worlds this year in Houston, but the Pacific Northwest Championship was so fun. I had lots of fun with my team, and I had a lot of good bonding time with new friends that I had made from robotics that shared very similar interests and hobbies as me, and it's really cool to find those types of people because mostly in school I haven't been able to find people that enjoy the same things as me, have the curiosity to learn for that, and it's amazing to see more people that like to do that kind of stuff. On top of that, volunteering is extremely fun too. So I was in audio and video. So basically we stream each of our competitions on Twitch, and you have to switch between camera angles. So I was switching between camera angles, or I was panning the camera. It was a really, really cool experience. And there I am in that video. It's like, heh. I volunteered the whole day, both days, and it was tiring, but really fun. You get to meet a lot of new people that are doing the exact same thing. You get to meet a lot of cool people, the people who have a knack for this kind of thing, and they really enjoy what they're doing. If you've made it to this point in this video, I hope you really, really enjoyed it. So before I kind of summarize, I really want to congratulate the Alliance that won this year. I'm really excited for the Spartabots, which is a team from the Seattle area, and this was their first year going to Worlds, and they won it. And winning Worlds is a humongous, humongous achievement. I really want to congratulate them on their success in robotics, and I encourage them to open new teams, to mentor those teams, to encourage more people in their school to join robotics. It's a very cool community. That was a really long video. If you're excited for what I'm doing after summer break starts, hit that like button, and also hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. As high school kind of goes on and I go into next year, it's going to be very, very hectic. I have a lot of things that I'm going to be doing, so the amount of videos that I'm going to be making could go down significantly, but I'll still try to make high quality content. I have lots of ideas. The problem is that I don't have time to implement them and make a cool video. Hit that subscribe button before you head out. Anyways, this was Shrey here from Shrey's Tech Tips. Have a great day. Oh, and one more thing before I go. I really want to thank you all for all the support that you've given me. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. That's mind-blowing. We've grown so much. And I think right now we're at 930. That's pretty insane, and at the rate that we're growing at, we're probably going to get to 1,000 very, very quickly. And I'm going to keep making cool and quality content for you guys. Anyways, again, have a great day. Climber hooked on, like it kind of flanked forward, and it hooked on to the bar. It's like...